What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Quadcast, the show where we get real, get raw, and get loud about mental health, substance use, and the fight to take our lives back.
Each episode, we're cutting through the stigma, dropping knowledge, sharing stories, and bringing the heat with guests who have lived it and aren't afraid to talk about it.
So turn it up, lock in, and let's break barriers, spark change, and build a community that refuses to stay silent. You're tuned into the Quadcast, and let's get into it.
You can find us on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, or email us. The Quadcast is always looking for new guests, whether you're individuals that have experienced it, you're in law enforcement, treatment programs, nurses, doctors, or anyone that just has something to say. Come share your story with us on mental health or substance abuse.
Warning, there's cussing in this video. If you don't like swear words, well, you're
watching the wrong damn show.
Do you guys do anything with like the homeless population? I know there was some legislation introduced this session to make homelessness pretty much illegal in public. So, homeless population is a big population within the mental health and suicide community. So,
So here's my question, and then I'll circle back around to what we do, towards homeless people and for homeless and stuff. But my question is, if this is introduced to make homelessness illegal, then I would imagine, and I'm probably wrong because this would make sense, that before they did that, they put in place something else through legislation to fund and have more warming centers or bunk houses, or you know what I'm saying? Okay, it's illegal. Well, now what do I do? What are we going to do?
Well, it goes back to, we could introduce all these things for mental health or substance abuse or, treatment for kids that are under the age of 10 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have the facilities to do it because we shut them down because it was going to be too much to upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
So first we have to start with that, and we actually have to make a place for them to go. We can't just say, hey, it's illegal, because they're going to move to the next state and it's going to be a problem there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what is
mitigate the issue somewhere?
What is in place to make it illegal? Like, yeah, there has to be an alternative. So we have to create. I don't want to say just like create all of these centers where you can be homeless.
Sure.
We need reform. We need reform. We need more places that give you, teach you certain skills so that you can go out, so that you can get a job, so that you're not. We need step down homes that, okay, you're not allowed to live here forever and be homeless and be on meth, okay? But we're going to give you the resources to get off, and then we're going to give you to get off the drugs or whatever. I'm not saying that every homeless person is on drugs. I'm just generalizing, okay? Or, okay, you've lost your job and this is all you've ever done, and you can't get a job somewhere else because you don't have any other skill set, and that's made you homeless. Well, then, we need reform, and we need places that are going to offer to give training to people for them to be able to transform their life and not be homeless anymore. Yeah, rehabilitation. Thank you. That's the word.
But we need the same thing for felons and people coming out of prison, jail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We need the same thing, because how can we just let you out without rehabilitation to become a contributing member of society? Because we don't set you up for that. Because when you get out, how many places out there hire felons where you can make actual living and provide for a family? None. Can't do that. Fuck cheats.
But that's part of your punishment for committing the felonious crime.
It is, but if you have went and fulfilled and served your time, that the criminal justice system says you have to serve, then we do have to provide a rehabilitation for that, because we just took this person's freedom for however many years because we said so.
No, because they created a felonious crime.
They did.
Here's where you and I butt heads just a little bit.
But if we just let them out, they're just going to fall right back into it and do it again. So
But are
we're
they
going
going
to
to fall right back
continuously
into
do
it
it.
and do it again because of their poor choices? Or are they going to fall back out right into it and make bad choices because we haven't offered them another olive branch that we could be giving to children, that we could be giving to veterans, that we could be giving to and putting our money elsewhere? You make a poor choice, FAFO, bro. You make a poor choice, you go to jail. And when you
Okay,
go to jail, part
then
of your
leave them
punishment
in
is
jail.
when you come out, you have that stigma and you have that felony charge on yourself. Work harder, do better.
I'm not saying get rid of the stigma. I'm not saying that, but we as a country, we are doing nothing but feeding the issue.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
I
Can you
know.
hear me?
Oh, you're good. I got you. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah. Yeah. So you're saying
Just
don't get away with
putting,
the stigma, but give them more resources to rehabilitate?
yeah,
Well, that should be done
because
within the prison system. They should be getting their rehabilitation and serving their time in the prison system. It shouldn't be taken out of our government funding for
I'm not
women
saying
and
that.
children and people that are struggling.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that once they have received those rehabilitation services,
Hmm.
we can't say, no, you can't have this job
Hmm.
because you're a felon. Okay. Yeah, you may not
Okay.
be able to work in a gun shop, or you may not be able to work in a school
Yeah.
or have a government job
Yeah.
or a state job, but
Hmm.
we have to be able, we can't expect them just to work at Sheets and be able to provide for a family or themselves, because you have to have transportation. You have to pay
Hmm.
for maintenance on a vehicle. You have to
Hmm.
pay for insurance. You
Hmm.
can't do that working at fucking McDonald's.
So that is where, and like you said, you can't have them working, like, say somebody shot up a freaking school. Okay.
Right.
You can't have them work at a gun shop. You can't have them, government jobs, things like that. Agreed. Right. But, and I understand also that working at McDonald's and Sheets and stuff, even two incomes working there doesn't survive and doesn't
No,
support and doesn't get. Okay. So that's not a problem with having a felony and having certain jobs to pick through. That is a problem with cost of living in the United States right now. That is
it is.
also a problem with rehabilitation should be done within the walls of the prison. And then when you get out, guess what?
And it
There's an
should.
opportunity for you to have that expunged. You have to go through the
Right.
process to have it expunged. And if you are on welfare and you do not have the skills to go get a better job or do something different, guess what is available? We are one of the countries that is extremely lucky because there's so many countries that do not have government assistance. There's Working for Wheels, where they will provide you with a car. They also have the DHHR also provides housing, and what is it called? We just pay a little bit every month. You can sign up and you can get into different apart. There is so much help out there. There is so much help out there. I agree with you 100%. If you do something and you screw up and now you can't get certain jobs and you're stuck working a job then guess what? Work two jobs. Here's
Right.
another extension of that would be another extension of your punishment for your crime. If you did something so horrible that it's a felony and you get out and you can't make it on $12 an hour, then you're going to make it on 24 because you're going to work twice as hard. And here's the problem, though, that I do find. And if you do stay at 12 an hour, we're lucky enough to have government assistance that will do Working for Wheels, that will do transports, that will at least give you food and feed you through food stamps. I have a problem with the crack that people fall between. The crack where people can't quite make it on $14 an hour. But if they make $15.50, all government funding is shut off. So that's
Right.
where you are holding people back and keeping them on government assistance because, hell, it's cheaper for me to pop out six babies and get a shit ton of food stamps and lay around at home, because by the time I get babysitters and I get a car and I'm paying insurance and gas and packing my lunch every day, I'm going more in the hole. That's our problem.
It
That's
is.
our problem.
It all leads back to further crime, because we can't afford this, so we're going to drive without insurance,
Yeah,
which leads to citations and getting our car taken. Like, it all leads back to the same thing,
you're right.
and
Yeah.
it's nothing but repeat offenders.
Yeah. I think that government assistance needs a lot of work because that fine line is not been adjusted to where it needs to be for cost of living. I think that I don't know how or what, but I think that cost of living needs to have an adjustment. They shouldn't be allowed to say our most expensive things, for instance, our most expensive things should be our luxuries. Our most expensive things should be alcohol and cigarettes and scratch off tickets and bullshit like that, not eggs are $10 a dozen, or
No, and
not.
I agree.
I think that's horrible. And I see your point. It does hold people back and keep them down when they just can't get that one leg up. But that falls on, government.
It
And
does.
that's ass backward. How's that ever going to change? Unless you
And
get,
it's not.
it's a vicious
That's the
circle.
problem. It's not, and it's not just one piece of the puzzle. Like it's the whole fucking puzzle.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but like you know, when somebody with a felony, let's just say DUI third offense,
Hmm.
okay, that's a felony.
Hmm.
But you've got somebody out here commits murder,
Hmm.
okay, that's a felony.
Hmm.
Employers look at it the same way.
Yeah, and I don't think that's right. I think that it should be, it's either a felony or it's not, or it's a level felony.
It needs to
Uh,
be
You know,
classification.
better classification so that
You
you know
know,
what you're dealing with. Absolutely. Yeah,
class,
no, I agree
a
with
class
that.
one a class one felony is your DUIs and whatever,
Hmm.
embezzlement, whatever, blue
Yeah.
collar crimes or white collar crimes, whatever.
Yeah, I think
But
that should be
you know,
totally different than,
yeah,
yeah,
so
than
like
murder and, yeah,
there's a lot of
kidnapping.
things that there's a lot of things that could be done different to mitigate the issues that we're having, to even start to put reform to it.
Yeah.
Which
That's what's safe.
it all leads back to mental health.
It does. It does. Sometimes it leads back to poor choices, but sometimes it leads back to mental health. I'm like one of those that teeter when it comes to crimes and prison and what they deserve and what they don't deserve. I really am. I can't find my road. I agree with a lot of it. I don't agree with a lot of it, but I don't know what to do to fix it. None of us do, or it
A
would be
lot of
great
it,
right now and would be
a
fixed.
lot of it's literally case by case with me.
I agree
Anyway,
too.
with me, it's that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I take it all by case basis because not
Yeah.
every case is the same and every case has different circumstances.
Sure. Yeah. Now,
Those
do
are
I
the
think,
big thing.
not only do I think that there should be rehabilitation before you're ready to release someone back out into the public from prison systems and things, but I also believe that there should be mental health rehabilitation. And that should be very, very strong. And that should be a huge focus because let's say we give them the skills to be a welder when they get out. If they still ain't right up here, or they're still having issues, or they're not getting treated because they've been diagnosed with schizophrenia or diagnosed with this other, and they're being untreated, or they don't have a way to cope mentally, they're going. You're right. A lot of times they will cope with violence on themselves, i.e., suicide, or cutting, or against somebody else. So yeah, no, I agree 100% with rehabilitation within the walls of that prison system before they're let out. Do I think that if they don't get the appropriate rehabilitation or mental assistance while they're in there and they get out and they reoffend, that should be looked at? Um, that's a yes and no question, actually, because it's not their fault that they don't have good mental health rehabilitation and stability once they've committed crimes. But at the same point, there's a lot of resources for them to go on and get taken care of and do it themselves. So I don't know what the answer to
Sure.
that is.
I think I think it would be more a evaluation standpoint before you have to meet certain criteria before you can be released, not
Oh,
just
yeah,
you
it
served your
definitely
time.
should be.
Because being behind the walls and being institutionalized does a lot of fucked up shit to a person. And it
Absolutely.
doesn't matter if you was fucked up before you went in, you're gonna be fucked up when you come
When you
out.
come out, the stuff that you see and you have to fight to survive and you have to do, and some of the heinous crimes that are committed against you and assault and stuff like that. 100%. You would be, listen, I wouldn't last a day. I ain't built for jail. All right. I'm too, no. I would be in a corner and I'd be like, just sweet baby Jesus, here I come,
I ain't
because
I
I
ain't fit
can't,
with 3 huts and a cot.
I
Mm-mm.
couldn't do it either. I couldn't. And yeah, I don't know. And I don't know what the setup is for mental health in our jail systems.
Not much.
Mm,
I, my
yeah.
from my interview with the Department of Corrections
Hmm.
lieutenant, it ain't much. They have resources. Actually, Alderson, FPC Alderson, actually has a peer support specialist that is this. She just finished her first session, but they actually trained the inmates to be peer support advocates, specialists. Certain people that whenever they get out, they can go into that field of work.
I think that's great, and I think they should designate certain people, depending on their crimes and depending on their level of mentality,
Yeah.
to be peer support for one another. So now, not only are you giving them something to do, something to look forward to, something to occupy your time, something to build their confidence, something that they're doing good. You have to practice. The more you practice good, the more good you do. The more
Sure.
you practice not being good, the better you get at being bad.
That's why I'm
Right?
such an asshole.
Exactly. You're so used to being so
You weren't
sarcastic and
supposed to be
such a
agree with
shithead
it.
person that it comes easy for you now. To where if you would be less rude and be a better person every
Uh,
day, you'd be
uh,
better.
Look in the mirror, Michelle.
Yeah, I know. I do good every day.
Bullshit. You may do good,
Oh,
but you still run that mouth.
I do sometimes. You're right. Don't mean I
Not
mean it.
some, and
Don't mean I
sometimes
mean it.
you. Mike,
It don't mean I mean it. It's
Mike,
coming out of my mouth.
Mike's still in here.
He's probably traveling. But he's back on the road.
Well, he'll watch this later. I need your input.
He'll tell you I'm the devil.
I know he will. That's why I need him in here.
Let him agree with you. He don't need to know no difference. He don't
Mm,
need to know I'm only mean to you and him. Don't ruin my reputation. I need y'all to be scared of me.
I ain't scared of you.
You're scared.
I ain't scared.
You're scared.
I ain't scared. What else you got for us, Michelle? I mean, come on.
Well, like I said, you mean for you or for Willing for Hope? Because I could go
All,
on. I could.
all of it. Just give it to us. I'm
No, I'm
just,
not going to be. I'm not. I told you I was going to try not to be mean to you.
oh,
Um,
well, give us some wheeling for hope stuff then.
Definitely, please, 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 if you know somebody that's struggling or if you yourself are struggling from either mental health, and don't think that it is a terrible thing to actually admit that you're having mental health issues. Every single person that you've ever met, seen, or in your life has either been,
I hate your friends.
what are they saying now?
And
Five head?
Donnie said, "Hey, beautiful," and four-finger forehead.
Five finger for it, not four
He
finger.
said
Tell her,
four.
tell her to
He
get it
said
right.
four.
Do it, Mac. Do it, Mac. Show
I
us
ain't
if
doing
it's a
it,
four or
girl.
five. Do it, Mac.
I can't even straighten my fingers out.
That's a whole palm ass forehead
But
right there. That I
my
know. Look at
whole head's a
that.
forehead. This is bullying her and harassment.
It is. It's definitely
This is
yeah,
why my mental health ain't worth a damn.
you're probably right. You're probably
I
right.
know it's right.
Yeah. We should take you on a Jeep ride far, far away in the
I
deep,
ain't
deep
going
woods.
nowhere with y'all. I ain't
In
going
the
nowhere
deep,
with
deep
y'all.
woods off of the GPS
Hell
track.
no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah. Well,
I
we'll
ain't
just go gun range shooting.
The last time I did that, last time I started that, I spent $4,000 on a rifle,
I believe that.
and I'm still sinking money into the damn thing.
I believe that. Ask Mike how many guns he got for Christmas.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about one gun.
That's a lot.
It,
That's a
yep.
lot.
All right, so back to what you were doing before Dawn ruined it.
Um,
Oh hell, she said that was me being nice.
see, we are nice. We're trying hard.
Yeah, we're trying. Better luck tomorrow.
You've seen us be mean. You know this is extremely mild. We're being nice to you.
That's only because hers is coming out in comments, and she ain't here riling your ass up.
Yeah, I didn't think you needed more than one of me on the podcast at a time.
Thank God.
You're welcome. Back to the serious stuff. Someone you know,
Yeah, Dawn,
or
back to the serious.
back to the serious stuff. If somebody you know is struggling, or you're worried that they're struggling, or if you yourself are, whether it be mental health, whether it be the loss of someone from suicide or even attempting a suicide, you have to reach out to someone. There are so many different resources there. And one of our biggest ones is 988 because they can lead you to so many different places. Reach out to Willing for Hope if you'd like to get involved with us bringing awareness and bringing resources to people and trying to improve mental health and doing events. Please volunteer. www.willingforhope.com. We're also very easily reached at our Gmail, and it's simple, willingforhope@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on the web. You can find us at all of our upcoming events. And we just hope that everybody takes a moment to process and think about what the person next to you could possibly be going through, or what are you grinning at me? Stop it.
I'm laughing at Dawn.
Donnie, stop it. I can't read hers. I can't see her things. But be
I
kind
don't
to
know.
people. Be nice and be kind because you don't know what somebody's going through. And promote 988 and promote better health and mental health.
One thing I want to bring up now, that we kind of, I remembered it, my big forehead.
Yeah.
Um,
Pinky in the brain.
the increase of sextortion topic, sextortion topic.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys prepared anything for that? Like, have you guys touched on that at all throughout your stuff so far?
You
It's
know,
a, it's a, it's a newly forming issue that is getting bigger. I did an episode on it at the end of my last season per se, but there's a lot. It's growing bigger.
you know, honestly, we have not. And I think it's only because it's never been we've never encountered. So these people tell us stories by the hundreds and thousands a year. We hear stories from different people. And I don't think any of us have heard a story about sextortion, being. So I guess maybe that's why we haven't, and we probably honestly should. But are you seeing that more in teenagers, young adults? Where are we seeing
So
that at?
it's really targeting between like 10 and 17 years old.
These
Um,
babies, it kills me.
there was the boy down in Kanawha County, most recent. He jumped off the bridge. Um, so that was the most recent in West Virginia that I know of. And actually, there may have been one up around like the Parkersburg, Fairmont area too.
Yeah.
I don't quote me on that one. But I do know um, that there has been an increase in law enforcement proactivity towards the sextortion stuff. The FBI has a lot of good articles out about it.
Hmm.
There's if you literally just type in sextortion, FBI, Department of Homeland Security, there is a website out there that it's called Take It Down.
Hmm.
That if you have any leaked nudity photographs before the age of 18 that were, accidental or out of bullying or whatever, you can actually go in. It's called Take It Down, and you can submit that. You can give that photo a tag that if it is shared on social media, posted on social media, that photo has a geotag and it will automatically be flagged and taken down.
Okay, that is really good information to know and take it down so that if we do encounter children, school age children, and that is one of their concerns, or they're like, I'm being bullied and through, sextortion. I sent this boyfriend of mine pictures, and now we're broke up, and he's threatening to do this. Then we'll
Yep.
know to be able to offer that to them. So that's a good resource
As
to know
long as
about
it's
that.
before they turn 18, that service can
Okay.
be utilized. On the other hand, the FBI is really pushing on reporting it to them, because they're tracing IP addresses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it's certain groups that are doing this. When I was literally recording the Sextortion podcast. You have scammers blowing your phone up daily.
Yeah.
I know I do, you do.
Yeah.
But I had one that I had somebody start messaging me that I had friended a couple days before. I
Hmm.
didn't pay attention to this friend request. I just accepted it because of the podcast. Like, I'm not going to turn anybody away
Same. Yeah.
until I get it.
Yep.
So, literally, while I'm on this Sextortion podcast, I've got one literally messaging my phone, trying that is going in that direction. So I played it out.
Stop sending pics,
I
Mac.
wasn't. Damn. I was just trying to be a good human and be there for somebody that may have needed it. Okay. But it was setting up the same way, and I was trying to play it out
It's
to where
crazy.
I could play into it, so I would have the screenshots to where I could post, just as a educational
Yeah.
thing of, hey,
This is how they do it.
this is how it happens.
Yeah. This
It
is how they do
doesn't
it.
matter who you are. Like,
Yeah.
I was literally doing this, and here it is. But they must have caught wind of my game, and they quit messaging. But um, it is something that is growing increasingly uh, problematic within the high school, teenage, early preteen individuals out there.
So I have a lot of questions and comments on this topic then.
Go ahead.
The first being that they're, primarily the targeted, not always, obviously, but the targeted area being
Yeah,
under the age of 18, with preteen and teenagers. What are they extorting?
money.
How?
Uh, they will go for, so once they start messaging you, they will normally send provocative photos to you first,
Yeah.
and then try to get they'll work on getting you to send provocative photos.
Hmm.
Once you do,
Hmm.
they'll either ask for more, or they'll take that one that you sent, or
Hmm.
a video. They'll sometimes ask you for videos,
Hmm.
um, of your face and your body, in the same at the same time. But once that happens, they will literally send you screenshots of your entire social media profiles, any that you have. They will screenshot your family, your employment, if you're old enough for that, your school, your friends list,
Yeah.
and they'll say, "Hey, motherfucker," and they'll use language like that,
Yeah.
and be like, "If you don't send us $500
Hmm.
in cash, Bitcoin, whatever,
But how are these
crypto."
preteens and teens coming up with this
Uh,
money? Adults, I can see
that's
it.
the thing. That's the thing. Gift cards, anything that really can't be traced per se.
Yeah.
Um, if you don't send us that, we're going to send these pictures or picture video to all of your friends, your job, your school, and basically ruin your fucking life. And that's what they'll
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, whatever, or they'll tell you to fucking kill yourself. Uh, so,
Okay.
but people automatically go to block it, whatever. But obviously, the FBI wants you to
Yeah.
provide
So,
that to them so that they can trace the IP address.
okay.
Um, yeah, Donnie said, so they will post your pic or put your face on a video that's not yours, deep fake shit. Yes, Donnie.
AI. Yeah.
Now that AI has come out and is so
Yeah.
big, they've been using AI to AI your videos, or
Hmm.
pictures as well. The biggest thing, but the thing with AI is you can't, I don't think with AI that you can do nude photographs. Do not quote me on that because I'm not sure, but I do not think that you can do nude photographs on like Chat GBT. I think Chat GBT blocks that.
See, I guess where I'm confused is if it's preteen and teenagers and stuff, and then like you said, okay, they can't come up with the money, so they end up committing suicide and having mental breakdowns.
We lost Michelle.
All right, I think I got you. Sorry, no,
Yep.
that's wrong. But like, how do they expect to? If the goal is to get money, why are these teens targeting teens?
So that's where it comes into, is it actually a money scheme or is it actually a scheme to get people to kill themselves?
Gotcha.
Your children are being loud.
I know. Lipsies. Hey,
Santi, fooey.
she said.
He hates my guts anyways.
Um. So, and I understand. Hey, enough. Somebody must have pulled up outside, probably Mike.
Yeah, he would pull in and just ruin all this.
I know in the middle of a podcast, but I guess the other comments or questions or something is okay. Now, like I said, obviously I can see young adults or something like that, give me money or I'm going to post this and things like that. It could also be a way of bullying children under the age of 18. Oh, pretend like this guy, pretend like you like this girl and get her to send you these. And, yeah, we'll just bully her. I can see that. But I'm wondering, and I'm glad to know about the Take It Down. That'll certainly be something that we, keep in mind and start looking into more on sextortion and also offering that link for under 18. But if they're under 18, doesn't the fault lie on the parents' restrictions of social media and the parents' restrictions of their phone and who they're talking to and who they're sending these pictures to? And if you do that to someone and try to extort them through sexually explicit photos. Not that the children shouldn't, I think that they should suffer consequences, obviously. Whatever. I don't know what the laws are on that, but I hope that the parents do as well, because I think that's a huge, first of all, social media is the devil. AI is the devil, and all of this stuff with everybody being able to do and get kids can't even play Roblox, dude. You get crazy psychos that get on there and they make like it's so ridiculous, and you have to be so vigilant with your kids and what they're doing. And so many parents either don't have the time or think, it's just what kids do nowadays. They don't, until they've suffered the consequences of a loss, a suicide, or a mental breakdown, or been drug into that, they don't get it. They don't get it.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Quadcast.
Remember, breaking stigma doesn't stop when the episode ends. We're building a movement, and you're a part of it. Stay strong, stay aware, and stay connected.
And this is the Quadcast signing out.